our world and beyond. Space, in partnership with the European Space Agency.
The August sun is warming the Andøya rocket base in northern Norway. This is where the first European CanSat competition is being held. Organised by the European Space Agency, it brings together teams of high school students from all over Europe, whose challenge is to build a satellite that fits inside a soda can. They have two missions. The first is to transmit information measured during the flight. The second is up to them to choose.
There are two types of experiments which they have to perform and they have to be successful. The one is primary experiments is to receive data that are already transmitted by default by the kit that is provided to them.
Temperature and pressure, air pressure, and magnetic field and acceleration and global position.
They have then to invent and submit a secondary mission objective.
For instance, some teams decided to have an airbag, others to film the flight, others to have a GPS to reach a point in the ground. There are different missions, and when we selected the 10 countries' representatives, we chose teams that were representative of the countries, but also of the missions themselves.
Representantes de cada país, pero también que hicieran diferentes misiones.
CanSat team number 1.
Last pep talk before the launch, the teams are ready. Well, not quite. Some are still struggling with last-minute technicalities. But others are confident.
Yes, it works. We hope so.
All the documentation from CanSat is he will do this.
Yeah,
he will.
Yeah. I change my sheet. every single bit.
The teams head off to the launch pad just a few kilometers away. Each team is backed by an adult, usually one of their teachers.
I'm trying to be a sort of a tutor and trying not to help them too much, but also try to guide them and help them with equipment and also, since the students this is quite new for them with the programming and electronics, everything is new for them.
-10, 9, 8, 7.
The whole procedure is the same as for a real rocket launch. There's a countdown, a sounding balloon and a number of security measures to follow. The small rocket that's used to launch the can is a well-known model.
The nose cone is about 1.5 meters high. It uses, I think it's 250 grams of propellant, like gunpowder almost. And it reaches about a kilometer of height.
4, 3, 2, 1, fire!
The rocket, along with the students' two small can probes, are intact as they finally touch the ground, thanks to their parachutes.
Just to get things to work in practice is often an experience they never try to solve, and often they find out that perhaps practice is more difficult than theory.
The students barely take time for lunch as they work on their small machines, which have all the same functions as a real satellite. It's an excellent way to learn more about space technology.
We have in our strategy a general objective, which is to support the efforts made at European level to attract more students towards the so-called STEM areas, so science, technology, engineering and mathematics field. And this is because Europe needs people working more in this domain to be more competitive.
Darn it! I've left that stupid pad that goes underneath here there.
There are some last-minute hitches, but the teams always help each other out.
Yes, go and get some foam.
There is teamwork, which is important, and I saw today, for example, teams of different countries helping each other because we have problems at the very last moment. And they are, providing the competing teams with tools if they had problems. And I have to say also that things that they've been doing these days are reproducing on a smaller scale what in the future I hope many of them will do if they work in the space environment.
3, 2, 1, fire!
It was the British team that won this year's competition. But according to the director of the National Centre for Space-Related Education, which backs the project, they were all winners.
The 10 teams have impressed all of us with their efforts and their creativity and the way they have run this competition. So in my opinion, and on behalf of all the involved staff at the rocket range, we think they are all winners.
The winner is chosen by a jury of space professionals who analyze the mission results as each team presents theirs to the whole group. Although it was the team from St. Paul's School in London which came out on top, everybody was delighted with the experience.
They've been long days, they've been brilliant though. Full of activity every day and always busy on the go.
This competition opened up my mind, and I'm thinking of studying electronics further. I find it very interesting.
It's been a great experience, absolutely great. We've learned so much about teamwork and just working under pressure.
This working on a real project really shows you that this is an interesting area.
We learned how to be a team with the other kids, cooperate, and also we learned things that we didn't know, such as science, maths, and geography, and many others.
Happy and fulfilled, the students left Andøya proud of their work, filled with enthusiasm and dreams. The European Space Agency hopes their stay will have inspired them to pursue a career in the space industry, where engineers and scientists are badly needed.
My name is Ida Bernryd and I come from Sweden.
Mio nome è Lorenzo Dallari.
Gregory Meletoglu, and I'm from the 3rd Lyceum of Mytilene, Lesbos.
My name is Roisin and it's an Irish name and I go to school in Laurenhill.
Julie and Lucy.
Belgium.